Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the R&D Show. Today, a review of Evil Dead Burn. Holy crap, this movie goes. It doesn't stop. It's dark as hell. It's violent. It's also incredibly claustrophobic. And the editing is such that it takes you on a ride and it just doesn't stop and let go. I will say that the violence is to a level that it might be squeamish for some people. Also, clear warning, animal cruelty. They don't tell you that. Animal cruelty. If you're squeamish about that, don't watch this. Either way, I genuinely had a really good time with this movie for sure. It is a thrill ride that just doesn't let up. It goes and goes and goes, and there's lots of twists and turns that really fall into the motifs of the Evil Dead Deadites lore, and the characters of the Deadites are exactly what they are, just completely ambiguous evil things that quip a little bit and then also are just relentless at the same time. They also kind of introduced a little bit of kind of a zombie virus type of motif to the actual lore of the Deadites themselves in this, which I thought was actually very interesting. Things that I didn't like about this movie, some of the, like I said, some of the set pieces were extremely gory and crazy. If you're squeamish, it's not going to be the funnest thing for you, so just keep that in mind. But biggest thing that I did not enjoy about this movie is the characters were just not likable. I feel like these new crop of Evil Dead movies have really lost the the impetus or the actual idea of trying to make any characters likable to the point where it's just kind of okay for them all to be fodder for just the Deadites. And instead of making any of the characters like full grounded characters. Now, granted, the Evil Dead characters were never that fully grounded, but at the very least, you cared for some of them. I even think the very first of this new crop of Evil Dead movies, that first movie was really good, and I think that one of the biggest parts of the movie that was really was the main character who got taken over. It was also very well-rounded. She was very much a character that fell in line with the world and the things that were happening around her. She was a very good performance. And at the end, you actually felt for her, and the actual kind of through arc of the movie fell completely into our situation. But in this one, and I think in the last one as well, the last one was a little bit more like that because they were kids. And you definitely felt for the kids. They were fighting their mother. It was great. This one is also about family. Interesting. A lot of family violence in the Evil Dead series now. This is basically one family against one mother person, and that one person just kind of floats this entire thing, kind of dealing with the emotional trauma caused by one of the family members, and that is the impetus for the story. But at the end of the day, you really just didn't latch on to any characters to care about them at all, and I do think that kind of brings it down for me. Otherwise than that, the actual just horror grounded set pieces were insane. If you're a hoarder, if you're a body horror fan, this is up to the nth degree. It is legitimately kind of insane the things that they actually did to make this movie as gory and as just grotesque as possible. And I think there is an audience for that for sure. I actually did have fun with enjoying this film as a ride. Just a gory, fun horror ride. But I do think that the characters are a little flat. I do think that the plot kind of loses itself towards the end. And it is all just fodder for just disgusting, gory fun. I give Evil Dead Burn a solid 6.5 out of 10. A really fun, gory, just horror ride that doesn't ever let up, with characters that are a little thin and not very well rounded, with also a bit of cruelty and gore that kind of goes up to a level that is almost too much, I think, but that's me, and I understand people will like that. Otherwise, I did have fun with this as a ride, and I think as a horror movie, it's fantastic. Very much like a European horror movie as well. It's also kind of graded like that as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about this review, about the movie. Let me know if you hate me. I appreciate that, too. You have a good rest of your day. Bye.